Hi everyone, this is Dane, and I am going to be doing a very exciting reading on Pluto returns. Pluto returns to the same spot it was in when the United States was founded in 1776, and it will not return to this spot again for another 46 years, thereabout. So now let's clear the energy space before we dive into this reading. Let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Pluto returning on February 2nd, 2022, to the same spot it was in the founding of the United States, 1776. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This one too, okay. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Okay, so at the bottom here is the rooted impact it will have, right? Kind of the grounding impact that it will have. Here is on the left-hand side is the emotional impact. Not the emotional, the inner self impact, the way that we see things, the way that we're feeling things during this time, but this is the emotions of it right up here. So this is our inner self during this time, the way that we're kind of reflecting on things, all right? The reflective impact, I guess that would be the best way to word it. This is the emotional impact right here at the top, and then the public impact here on the right hand side. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have the Emperor, which makes perfect sense. This is an empire, right? And then we have Temperance, balance, and that makes perfect sense. We have Aries energy here, Sagittarius energy here coming into play. Then we have our emotional selves. Well, the inner impact of it. So let's do that. So here it is, the Lovers, and that's why it keeps on coming up as emotional. This is going to be an emotional time for us. It's going to be bringing up passions. It's bringing up a lot of hidden things, and we'll get into the astrological aspect of it and the talking of what this means in just a moment. But here we have the Lovers, Gemini energy. There is just a real sense of duality coming forward. There's a real sense of passion coming forward, and it's affecting us inwardly. It brings us then to the Wheel of Fortune, a lot of major arcana cards here so far, and this is just a turn of fate. This is a turn of seasons, which makes perfect sense. And then it brings us to the High Priestess, and that also makes perfect sense. This is going to be very much a veil being lifted. We're seeing things so much more clearly. It brings us to the emotional impact, which is the Queen of Swords, which makes, again, it makes perfect sense. This is all lining up so nicely, so beautifully. And the swords is cutting through doubts and fears and negativity. It is, air sign energy. It's all about thoughts. It's all about communication. It's all about the mind and discovery. And it brings us then to the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles is vampiric energy. It is the draining energy. It is the overwhelming energy. It is also the energy of like, what do I have to hoard away because I will not have enough, sort of thing coming forward. Then we have our public arena selves here, the public self, and it's the Star. This is what we wish for, what we long for, what we hope for coming forward. And then we have the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is having to deal with a challenge that we have had to deal with before. And it's very interesting that that comes forward on a time when, we have the same alignment that we did when America was founded. When, in 1776, are we going to be dealing with things like we were then? I mean, that is a really interesting question that the cards are posing here during this time. But inwardly, it affects America quite tremendously. So let's talk about this time. Let's talk about not since 1776, the founding of the United States, has Pluto returned to this position in our night sky. And this is making a dramatic return on the 22nd of February, 2022. So here we have this dramatic return of Pluto. Pluto is the god of the underworld. Pluto rules Scorpio. So that energy is very much coming forward here. It represents renewal and rebirth, and it represents endings and new beginnings, as well as spiritual growth. This is a planet that is associated with our shadow side, so what we have hidden. That which is hidden from the world most of the time, and it can even be hidden from us. And because Pluto returns to the same spot in America's natal chart as it was in the founding of it, this is a profound occurrence that hasn't happened in 246 years. So this is not even a once in a lifetime, experience. This is astoundingly rare, astoundingly beautiful. With Pluto's return, what has been hidden in the shadows for way too long will be brought to the light. And that's going to be an interesting thing, because there's something here at the heart of it where people are like, no, I want to hold on. That's it. It's not even vampiric energy. It's like, it is vampiric energy, but it's like, I want to hold on to my secrets. I have a right to my secrets. And what's really interesting is that it is also important to know that Pluto is in Capricorn, which rules more of the practical side of things, right? It rules finances and law and anything that has to do with rules and with order. So it is at the practical places that we are first going to see the secrets revealed. It is in the practical places that we're going to see things like coming to a new light and looking at things in a new way. So that's going to be very, very interesting for us. When we have the empire, that is what the United States is. We are an empire, in not maybe the colonial form of it, but in the sense of a world power. And so here we have the empire finding new balance, having new harmony come in, looking at things in a new way. And we're going to be finding our balance within our world, finding our balance within ourselves, looking at what it is that we want. There's also a sense of even reassessing our throne, at how we're moving forward, at what we desire as a nation, how things want to be, how we want things to be. And so there is, it feels like growing pains, but it's not necessarily growing pains. It's a sense of reassessing, rebalancing, re-understanding. And there's a real sense of, what do I love that is bringing me forward? And, it can be, I'm sorry, I just cut my nails, so give me a moment. So it can be the sense of, am I finding passion in my life again? And that can be what the people of the United States are looking at. It's like, am I finding passion within my life? Am I moving forward towards what I love? Is this where I want things to be, or isn't this where I want to be? And there can be some really tough questions that start coming forward that need to be answers, that need to be looked at. There's also a sense of, what does America love? What does the United States love? Where is it supposed to be in this sense of power, in this sense of empire, in this sense of balance of the self and of the discovery? Because the Wheel of Fortune is saying things are changing. So is it that I don't feel that this is, as we were once defined, we will not be defined again. So I had been reading things about that, and I thought, oh, well, that's really quite dramatic. I don't see that as very much being the case, but it is going to be like a time of testing. It is very much going to be a time of testing, a time of, how are you moving things forward? Where is your power? Where is your force? Where is your understanding of how to move forward as the emperor you are. And that's going to be a very real question that is coming up. The Wheel of Fortune is entering into a new season. We are entering into a new season of ourselves, of what we are discovering, of what we want. And that is powerful for us. And of course, I completely forgot to do the energy to be mindful of and the chakra energy, which we will do at the end. But here, there is just a sense of the United States during this time. And as the shadows are brought forward, it's like, okay, well, you're going to have to decide what you stand for, right? You're going to have to decide what you love and what you want and what is important. And that is going to be a very big defining moment at this time. We also have to remember that Pluto rules a generation. So it's not its simple rotation around the sun. It changes houses, it changes places. It won't always be in Capricorn. So the generation that is coming forward has this alignment to it. The generation that is born during this time has kind of like that enterprising spirit. So that's going to be very interesting to see develop. And so here we can find it to be a chaotic time, all right? And we can see, if you read the newspaper at all, you can see that this is a chaotic time and there is a change coming forward, right? There is a sense of a changing energy pushing things. Now, what that is and how that ends up, well, there's going to be some things revealed that shows us, a lot more than maybe what we bargained for. So there is a real sense of the veil being lifted and secrets coming out and things being stated that sound like riddles, that sound, I don't want to say, but they sound fantastical, right? And there's just this sense here of, it's kind of like the Oracle of Delphi. When she spoke the future, it didn't make sense and it had to be lived. And it's like, okay, this is how I need to move forward with the veil revealed, with, clearer insight, clearer understanding, clearer desire of where I want to be and how I want to move forward for myself. And we're talking about ourselves here as a nation. And so this is coming forward in a very real way. The inner impact is that we're looking at what we love. We're looking at a huge shift in seasons and understandings. It's not the tower, everything isn't falling apart. It's like we're stepping into a new season of being, just like we go from being a child to being an adult to, stepping into our later years, having more maturity, having more wisdom, more knowledge to impart. That's what we're stepping into here. And that's what it feels like. And there's always like these growing pains that happen during this. And then there is this reveal. There is this deeper wisdom, deeper knowledge, deeper understanding coming forward. It's kind of like more people, and this could be because we're in the age of Aquarius, right? More people are seeing things much more clearly than they were before. And this leads us to the Queen of Swords. At the heart, it's like we move forward. I want to say as a badass because that's always how I see the Queen of Swords, but very much as the sense of I'm cutting through doubts and fears and negativity. I'm standing firm within my voice. There's not this wishy-washiness going on. I see what I want, I see what I desire, and that's what I'm going after. And I really like that in a sense of like this assurity, this self-confidence, this ability. It's like I've learned, I've understood, and this is what I want as I move forward. But there is this not compromising, but it does compromise the integrity of the Queen, where it's like I need to hoard away this energy. I need to hoard away this. I need to keep these secrets in. I need to hold back what I don't want you to see. And there's this fight right here between the shadow and between what is brought to the light. And I just keep on hearing the Johnny Cash song, "What is done in the dark will be brought to the light," over and over again. And I just think that's rather funny because that's going to be the energy that's around here. What's done in the dark will be brought to the light. And then it will be judged. It will be judged. And so here, and it's not that dramatic, like, doomsday type of thing. It's just like people will see it and people will be like, huh, wow, okay. And make what they may of it. And so here with the Four of Pentacles, it's very much a sense of we need to release these secrets. We need to release what we're hoarding away. We need to be very aware of how we're moving forward and what is important, because the mother star, right? The star energy. This is what we wish for. This is what we desire. And there's this, Aquarius energy coming forward. That's why I love that. We're in the age of Aquarius, right? Star represents Aquarius. We have this sense of what we dream for, what we're healing towards, what we're discovering coming forward during this time and for ourselves and for our life. And that gets to be the game changer here. And that gets to be the push towards what it is that we need and where it is that we need to be. And so that's going to be important. It's like this illumination of what is deeply desired starts coming into play. But there's this sense of, I'm fighting battles I have already fought. I'm at a place here because this is upheaval and conflict and loss, and upheaval, conflict and loss. There is a sense of, the unrest, the chaos, the hurt, the fear. And, though it hasn't been echoed in exactly the same exact way, and thank goodness, we have had those echoes of it. We're not going through a revolution, and again, thank goodness. But there's that echo of uncertainty that has been during these times. And so here, when we see the Five of Swords, it's like, how do I move towards what I wish for, towards what I'm seeking to develop and seeking to have, as there is this uncertainty, as there is this doubt, as there is this fear, as there is this chaos looming around us. And there is a sense of victory, most definitely. The Five of Swords is victorious. It's like, I know what I know. I move forward with this knowledge, with this kind of weight of history behind me, this knowledge of what I have discovered and learned and understood. And there is this real sense of power here. So, there is this real sense of the balance of power, the balance of what is being discovered and what is wanted and what is needed. And the power that moves us as a nation forward. And that is going to be something that yes, there's a shift in things. There's a new season coming forward, but so much more is being made clear than we could ever have realized. So much more is coming to the light than we could ever have known. And that is a powerful thing. That is a very, very powerful thing. And instead of having all the energy, all the knowledge, all the prosperity hoarded away, there is this sense of cutting through it and breaking it forward and bringing it forward into a new light, into a new passion, into a new understanding. And yeah, that is a fantastic thing. I actually find this very, very reassuring. I was reading certain things, and some people just love to be doomsayers, but I've studied things falling apart. Holocausts and genocides and nations crumbling and they're terrifying. They're not warm, fuzzy bedtime stories. And so here, to see a calm, to see a reveal, to see, this sense of we're looking at what we've dreamt of coming forward and we're fighting the battles for this reality, that is reassuring. That is stabilizing. That is secure. And the Emperor isn't falling. The Emperor isn't crumbling. The Emperor is finding his balance, is finding his harmony. And that is a beautiful thing, moving towards what is left and seeing that, yes, the role has changed, but the knowledge that has come forward is undeniably powerful. And that leads us to a place, again, of power. So let's see the energy we are to be mindful of here. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. It's the Death card. It's Scorpio energy. We need to be mindful of the secrets that are revealed, on the way the secrets are being handled, on, what's being dismissed and mocked that is true, and what's being taken as truth that is false. So be very mindful of the secrets. Pluto rules Scorpio. Scorpio is identified by the Death card. So just be very mindful of the secrets that are revealed and the way these secrets are being told to us, because a lot of them, nobody's going to want us to know. It's going to be the sense, and this isn't like, conspiracy or anything like that. It's just going to be that it brings out certain things that certain people would rather you never know. It's kind of like if your dirty laundry was aired, you wouldn't want people to know that. That's what's going on here. And remember, it happens first in the area of Capricorn, in the area of the practical world, the finances, the law, the rules, the order of things. And then let's see our chakra energy for this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. It's listening. I love that. Listening. It's the throat chakra. So often we think of the throat chakra simply as talking. Here it is, listen. Listen and you will be astounded at what you hear. Listen and so much will be revealed. So that's going to be a huge step during this time. And it's not just on the 22nd of February. It is listening in general to everything that is going on from this time forward as we're moving forward. Because this is a powerful time for us. This is a powerful revelatory time. It moves us to revelation. This is a powerful time of revelations. There we go. It moves us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of, and it's the King of Pentacles, which is rules and law and order and prosperity and how everything is interconnected. So just be mindful of this. Just really seriously. This is also Capricorn energy because this is Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, coming forward. That's super interesting right there. It brings us to our subconscious chakra energy and its communication. Again, the third chakra. How we are listening to the communication that comes forward. How we are listening to what is being revealed during this time. Because remember, Pluto works in the shadows. Pluto is the secrets. Pluto is, the hidden things. And that's going to be really powerful for us. It is the rebirth and the endings and the beginnings. But remember, their endings and beginnings do not have to be loud and ruckus causing. They can be very quiet, very subtle shifts that we'll see during this time. It brings us to our subconscious rooted self. And that is the world. The world is opening. The world is opening in a way that we're reimagining the way to move forward within the world. We're re-looking at our path towards what is wanted, but also the world is opening to us in a way that we hadn't realized or that we had taken for granted before. There's something here where it's like this wasn't fully seen, and now it's like, okay, I'm seeing this. I'm seeing this almost for the first time. And that is powerful. That is very powerful here. It's like an opening of the eyes. And there's a sense of, oh, okay, that's what it meant. That's the way I'm supposed to be moving forward type of deal. We have at our, inner self here and the inner handling of this time, we have the Ace of Swords, God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing us a gift of knowledge and of clarity. But also, this is a sword. This is a weapon. So having this come forward as a sign of strength, as a sign of the Emperor rules by the sword, right? The Queen of Swords right up here. We have this sense of an affirmation of power, of insight, of clarity, of force, of strength. And, these might not be warm, fuzzy things that people want to hear about, like bunny rabbits and ducklings, but it is an important thing when we're talking about a nation, when we're talking about, a way to move things forward and what this means for us. Now, does this mean that we pick up a sword? I don't really see it that way, but it can imply that, but it also can imply that we're reaffirming strength and security and prosperity within ourselves and for our nation. So there is this real sense of knowledge coming in and things being revealed. It moves us to our subconscious emotional self for this time, and it's unity, it's connection, it's healing, which, my goodness, do we need this sense of coming together again. And that would be absolutely beautiful, because it does feel like the nation has been torn apart, doesn't it? You have this side and you have that side, and it's not the red coats anymore, against the freedom fighters, right? It is the sense of a nation needing to heal and needing to come back together. And that is beautiful. That is really beautiful. It moves us to our subconscious public arena energy, and it's the Two of Wands. And here it says plans and partnerships and influences, and the way that we move forward towards our future, the way that we look at the opening of the door of the, kind of embracing of our power, of the looking at what is wanted and what is needed and what we desire. And so here we're opening up the door to ourselves. We're looking out at our future, and we're seeing something guided by what we have dreamed of, that star right above, what we dreamed of, what we wish for, what we greatly desire in our lives. And that's beautiful. And it's harmonizing. So I really enjoy this. This is gorgeous. This is really gorgeous. Okay. All right, everyone. It seems like sanity returns, and that would be beautiful. And a beautiful way of uniting and moving forward comes forward for us. So let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as we embrace the power and the intensity and the beauty of this time, the rarity of this time, the fact that, this will not be seen again for 246 years. So let's know that we are blessed. Yes. All right. And with that said, let's clear the energy space, releasing all negative energy, raising our positive energy, and finding our center during this time, and really moving towards our peace. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, and may you all have a blessed time and blessed Pluto returns.